Hello and welcome back to another United Devils watch along in this over year-long season. Today we are watching Manchester United's return to the Europa League as they host LASK in the second leg of the round of 16 in the Europa League, as United won 5-0 in Austria without a crowd. They will do so without a crowd again, but at the Theatre of Dreams. Of course, United know that they finished third this season in the Premier League and have no desperate urge from a Champions League side to qualify for the Europa League. To win the Europa League. But of course, it's always important for United to be winning silverware, especially with this young team and a relatively untested manager and squad as a whole. So it will be important for United to push for trophies, and they've named a relatively strong lineup despite the 5-0 victory in Austria. There are two changes to the side that did win 5-0. Tim Fosu-Mensah is the starting right back as opposed to Brandon Williams, who is pushed onto the left-hand side to make way for Luke Shaw, who is injured now and will not feature in the Europa League for the remainder of the campaign, but is set to be fit for the start of the Premier League 2020-2021 season. As I said, Eric Bailly and Maguire will start, and Williams obviously will be on the left. In midfield, McTominay and Fred remain the midfield two. Fred and McTominay both have goals in their last home games in the Europa League. Fred scoring 2 and McTominay scoring 1 in the 5-0 win against Club Brugge. Jesse Lingard replaces Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. And will probably be either a right winger or a number 10, depending on where Juan Mata plays, who did score in Austria as well, as did Daniel James, who will be playing on the left-hand side. That's almost guaranteed. And Odion Ighalo, who also scored, and his fifth goal in 4 starts. He's got his 5th start today and will be looking to continue his good form in the starting 11. Of course, in Europe, you have a bigger bench and still allowed to make 5 substitutions. Lee Grant is the sub-goalkeeper, allowing David De Gea to have a well-deserved rest. Wan-Bissaka and Tayden Mengi are the defensive options. Lindelof given a rest, and Dalot dropped from the team, and no Ethan Laird either. James Garner, Nemanja Matic, Paul Pogba and Andreas Pereira are the central midfielders. Bruno Fernandes is the number 10. Rashford, Greenwood, Martial and Tahith Chong are the attacking options should United need them. For LASK, it is a host of changes made from the side that lost 5-0 to United. It's Dominic Thalhammer in goal. Dominic Thalhammer, the manager, has decided to keep his goalkeeper Alexander Schlager in goal. Andres Andrade comes in, but Gernot Trauner and Philipp Weisinger stay in the team. Reinhold Ranthul is now a wing-back as opposed to a centre-back, as he played in Austria. James Holland and Peter Michel will remain as the midfield two. René Renner comes in, and Dominic Fraser stays in the team, but Hussein Balic and Marco Ragus are the two of the changes, as Tete and Klaus, I believe, have returned to Red Bull Salzburg and Hoffenheim, respectively, after their loan moves from LASK. On the bench for LASK, they have Lowell as the sub-goalkeeper, Gebauer, Filipovic, and Ramsebner, who started the game instead of Andrade in Austria. Wostri, Selic, Müller, Haldum, Sabitzer, and Reiter are the rest of the substitutions. Reiter, of course, was replaced by René Renner today. It's a big game for both sides because LASK really didn't do well at the end of the Austrian Bundesliga, having lost the last 4 of their last 5 league games and finished 4th, which is awful for the team that were actually first going into this game, going into the reverse leg in Austria. Manchester United, of course, are unbeaten in their last 4 Europa League games since losing 2-1 to Astana with that youthful team, but are actually unbeaten at Old Trafford in the Europa League since 2012, when you might remember they lost 3-2 at home to Athletic Bilbao. Oscar de Marcos, Fernando Llorente, and Iker Muniain were the goal scorers then, and of course a brace from Rooney wasn't enough, as United did go out in the reverse leg in an aggregate score of 5-3. Of the current United players to have played in that game, David De Gea was the star man who made at least 8 saves in that game, and crucial ones too. Chris Smalling and Phil Jones started, which would explain why we conceded 3 goals. But in the reverse leg in Bilbao, Paul Pogba did get a brief spell when the game was pretty much over, just to give him some experience. LASK have actually got 5 yellow cards, 5 players on yellow cards at the moment. So any of those, if they do manage to amount a record-breaking comeback, they would actually miss out if any of them get booked. But for United, I don't believe there are any players that would be suspended for the game against Copenhagen, which has actually been announced after their 3-0 win earlier today against Başakşehir. So it will be Copenhagen against Manchester United or LASK. More likely Manchester United, of course. We'll have to see what happens in this game. I'm expecting a very positive performance. And as always, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss, please comment below on the live chat and I will get to those questions as soon as I can. It looks like it will be LASK to get us up and running. There will be the clock as there was before, but we'll have to see. Will they be doing a kneel? They will, of course. There has been some controversy, obviously, already in some of the friendlies in Europa League games where some teams have actually refused to take a knee, and you've also seen it with Ismail Falot, who also failed to take a knee in the rugby. So, they've taken the knee, so that's not been an issue here. But see what they have to do. And let's get us underway, and here we are, and they punt a long ball straight into the United centre-backs, and Romero lets it trickle out for a goal kick. Was, of course, going to be interesting nonetheless, and United play it short and almost lose out as Romero has to shift it quickly to Eric Bailly, and Fosu-Mensah under pressure, but Bailly clears. Long looking for Igalo. It's headed out by Weisinger, and it will be a throw to United. I do apologise if I get some of the names wrong. It is going to take me a bit of time to get used to the kit numbers of LASK. But massive step forward for United if they can win this trophy. Obviously wearing the new kit for the 2020-2021 season, which looks quite sharp actually, I must say, now being seen on them. And Fred has been sharp there to get past, I believe, Fraser, but gives it away to Holland, and now it's Ramsdale, and McTominay does well there, and Fred can clear it to Brandon Williams, makes amends for his earlier mistake. And you'd have to say United have started a bit shaky, a bit sloppy. You would expect that with the amount of changes made to the starting team, but they'll need to cool things down and get things under their grip. And Mata's looking to do so on the right hand side. It will be Lingard as the number 10 today, but you can assume that will be relatively fluid. Brandon Williams, it's a loose pass, but Maguire's done well with that. And Bailly looks to be okay. Hopefully he can maintain his form. McTominay looks for a reverse pass to Fosu-Mensah, but Andrade has dealt with that relatively well. Of course, Andrade, a Panama international, didn't actually play against England in that 6-1. But did actually make his debut later that year in November against Honduras. It's cleared by him now for a throw, and Fosu-Mensah will take that on the right-hand side. It's Mata bounces up, looked like it hit a hand. It is going to be a free kick to LASK, handball against Juan Mata. Of course, difference from this season's kit is that this one has the white Adidas stripes as opposed to the red ones that were on the home kit this season. And that's similar to the one United finished second in under Jose Mourinho in 2017-18 with those sharp white stripes. But now it's Weiser looking to get past Harry Maguire, but the strength of the English international has outdone the LASK presses. But Lingard's done well to find Fred, and there's a long pass on for Juan Mata, and he's managed to keep up with it. He's through on the edge of the box. He looks to slide in Igalo. It's cleared by Andrade for a corner. Dangerous chance, pretty much out of nothing. A lovely pass from Fred to find Juan Mata. Looked onside. He is. He's in his own half, actually. It's really poor defending from LASK originally. And Mata, if he maybe have played it in first time, but it's on his weak foot, was a chance. But he will take this corner now. And United do have the height advantage against LASK. Whips in a corner towards Maguire, and it's a free header which goes over the bar. That should have been probably a better chance. Of course, United do have some height in their side. Fosu-Mensah, Bailly, Maguire, McTominay, and Igalo. Whereas LASK only actually have one player over 6'1", and that's Marco Ragus, their striker. None of the defenders other than... also other than Andrade, are above that height. So that's something that United could potentially expose. Williams' clearance is deflected off Ramsdale for a throw on the left-hand side, and things are starting to be a bit edgy for LASK, because they are starting to lose their early bit of energy, really. Igalo holds that up well. Reverse pass looking for Brandon Williams. It's lost out by Weiser, but Williams' tenacity has almost won that ball back. Unlucky there, and now it's LASK looking for a long-range shot that goes quite awfully wide from Michel. Tell you what, though, I'm not a big fan of that that yellow goalkeeping kit. Does not look nice at all, but might be something, maybe food for thought for the designers at Adidas. Williams fouled a couple times trying to dribble past. He did well actually did manage to find Dan James, but looks like Philip Weisinger's gone down after that heavy press. He's grabbing and Fries is grabbing his shirt. He's fouled him, and then Ramsdale can't catch up, and it's a tactical foul from Philip Weisinger, who actually gets stood on actually by Brandon Williams in that. But Mata now to Fosu-Mensah down the right hand side. Fosu-Mensah's pass back is poor, and McTominay's fouled Hussein Balic in stopping the counter attack. It's not going to be a yellow card, but it's really poor from Fosu-Mensah, because that pass was never going to get to Juan Mata, and McTominay looked like he'd done well. It's just an arm on his shoulder. Don't think that was actually too much in that, really. Time Nietzsche says, good James is playing today. Yeah, it really is. I think he's barely played in the Premier League and didn't obviously make that appearance against Norwich we were expecting. So it's good for him to feature. Hopefully he'll get another goal. That would be his 5th for the club, and that would take his goal and assist contributions past the 10 he's on at the moment. And I'd say that's probably a good first season in the top flight of English football for Dan James. And he's been crucial when called upon, especially against Liverpool and City, Norwich as well. He was very important, and so it's very important that he's actually part of the squad. His impact on and off the bench is not going to be undervalued next season. But bit of poor link-up play between Mata and Fosu-Mensah has given that ball away, and it is now Michel on the ball down the LASK left. Looks to put in a cross to, I think, to Freezer, but he's done well to hold off the likes of Maguire and Williams for now and has kept the possession for his team, and Ramsdale wins a throw down the United left, and could be interesting to see what LASK can do with this. Apologies, I've been saying it wrong. It's not LASK, it's LASK. Looks like it will be a long throw, actually, which is odd given what I've said about the height difference, but we'll have to see. Trauner, of course, it was headed out, I think, for a corner by Maguire, actually. Long throw in. Maguire wins the battle. Obviously, he's been aerially dominant all season. Harry Maguire, interestingly, has actually made 38 out of 38 appearances in the Premier League. He's the first Manchester United outfield player to do that since Gary Pallister in 1994-95 season. But for the moment, he's got to defend this corner from LASK, and we'll see what can do with this. And it's short, and Fosu-Mensah can only clear it out for another corner. It was a poor corner, really, and I think Fosu-Mensah should have done better. I forgot to mention, it is an in-swinging corner from the LASK right from Peter Michal. And his left-footed delivery must be better if LASK are to get a goal. And it is a lot better, actually, but it's bounced out and it hits the top of the crossbar. That's a big chance, and they're a bit unlucky, and it's a shot, and it screws wide. And Weisinger's shot is close, and LASK have had the best chance of the game. Great delivery this time, all the way down. It bounces up by Maguire, and then a great header from, I think, Andrade hits the top of the crossbar, and then a half-decent snapshot from Weisinger just goes wide. But that should be a wake-up call for United, who have been very, very sluggish and not had that bit of quality. But it's Igalo now down the right-hand side. Cuts back, cuts in, looks for Juan Mata, but it's cleared by LASK, and McTominay can gather, but his touch is loose. And that's going to, I think, Marco Ragus. And that's Freezer. Back to Ragus. Towering above Fred at the moment. It's a long pass towards Balic. Looked like he was offside, but Bailly and Fosu-Mensah have done very well there. Fosu-Mensah winning that ball now and playing it back to Bailly, and Fred gets a nutmeg pass to Mata, reverse pass to Lingard. United could be on the counter now. Dan James's pace is going to be important here if Lingard can find him. And he looks for it, but he just hits the player. Now he's going to burst past himself, Lingard. Down the left-hand side, cuts back. Looks for Brandon Williams, finds him. Mata, centrally to Fred. Space there for McTominay, and now Fosu-Mensah down the right-hand side on the edge of the box. Has to play back, though, doesn't back himself to cross the ball. Something United have been struggling with from full-backs all season, really. And it's all the way back with Maguire on the halfway line. It's Williams to James, and Lingard with a lovely flick to James, but it's just over here. Will be a throw to LASK. But United springing to life after that early wake-up call, you have to say. And it's going to be that throw. Lingard looking relatively lively, just missing that final bit of quality, something we have been saying all season. But he's obviously been back to start over the likes of Fernandes and Pogba, and of course Pereira as well is still thrown into the mix every now and then. But let's see if he can bring up the goods. Obviously, he did score his first goal of the season, first goal since 2018 in the Premier League. Against Leicester after that Schmeichel error. But it is going to be Eric Bailly playing it now after that throw was dealt with by United, and Fosu-Mensah now. Would say that Fosu-Mensah has had a couple chances to put in a couple decent balls, and really, you would say Dalot or Laird would probably have put those in. Maybe Wan-Bissaka too. Not saying he wouldn't, but also not saying he would. Really, we'll have to see how this turns out, and it's going to be another LASK throw. 12.5 minutes played. It'll be another 10 or so till the drinks break will be asked for. This will happen as we've seen in the Premier League, as we've seen in the FA Cup. Will continue to happen. The 4 quarters of football, the 5 substitutes in three separate parts. As Romero brings Fosu-Mensah into the game and plays it to McTominay, who looks to get past. He was fouled, I think by Michel. And to get a free kick in their own half. Gets past him completely and he just takes him out. It was really rather similar to the one that McTominay stopped himself. So no yellow cards either way. It seems like the fair decision. It's Eric Bailly. Really good to see him fit. Fosu-Mensah. We'll get to that Dalot question in just a sec. As Fosu-Mensah plays in Juan Mata down the right-hand side. But he's looking for a cutback option. Can't really find anything ahead of him. Plays it all the way back to Harry Maguire. So Dylan has said, do you think Diogo Dalot's Manchester United career is over? I would love to see whether he can revive it, but it looks unlikely. He's not even been mentioned on the bench today. This would have been a perfect chance for him to show his qualities in attack and maybe improve defensively, but I don't think Solskjaer trusts him. It's been quite clear. I would say it is almost over. And now Brandon Williams looks to feed Daniel James. It's overhit, and that will be a goal kick to LASK. Manchester United, of course, have almost a ridiculously strong bench. Nemanja Matic, Martial, Wan-Bissaka, Pogba, Fernandes, Rashford and Greenwood and all on the bench alongside the youngsters like Garner, Mengi and Chong and then Andreas Pereira, who's stuck in the middle really between first team starters and youngster really. I think he's 24 years old. I don't think he's can be really classed as either. As Michel finds Holland quite nicely and brings in Gernot Trauner. It's Ramsdale. But it's won well by Brandon Williams, who did play well against Leicester. And it's Fred looking to bring in Ighalo. It's cut out by Andrade. And now it's Ragus, who looks for any players, including Balic, who's now pressing Fosu-Mensah's recovery run. And it's now Mata on the edge of his own box, really, and floats it in towards, I think, either Williams or James. He was looking for someone. He found neither. It's not been the best game from Juan Mata so far. I think the fact is he's barely played, and that has shown when he came in against Norwich. He wasn't. We were looking for his bit of quality, really. His link up with Bruno has obviously been fantastic since he was signed, and so you would have hoped he would have come in and done a good job against Norwich. He's not done one there. He's not done one here either. It's been Fred now who's been playing really well, but as I say that, he's just given the ball away. It's Ramsdale deflected in towards the path of Renner. And our first time shot from McCall even, and goes over. You have to say Dominic Thalhammer's looking at his team thinking, we're getting chances. If only we could put them away. If only we could have put them away in the first leg too. But he's not happy with his team at the moment. Experienced manager. And United have this goal kick. They're going to take it long. Something we haven't been seeing often, and he's looking for Ighalo, target man tactics from Manchester United. Almost works as he looked to feed in Mata, but it's back with the goalkeeper who clears. But Mata was fouled actually recovering that ball. Not sure he would have won that with his heading ability, but United had the free kick inside LASK's half, and McTominay plays it all the way back to Maguire, who has done really well to get past 2 players actually. But has given that ball away quite poorly after that. But knows that Bailly and Fosu-Mensah have his back and have recovered that ball. Important things that centre-backs pairings need to do is they need to be able to communicate well with each other and be in sync. And even though Maguire made the mistake, Bailly was there to recover and has won his side a throw-in after all that. Fosu-Mensah plays it. McTominay chests it down, looks to get past 2. It's a toe-in from Michel, who's given United a further advanced throw, but only that. United will be relatively unhappy with how they've been playing. They have given LASK chances. They obviously want to cruise through into the next leg, and you would really want them to play a bit better. And now that's a loose pass, but it bounces away from Igalo and all the way back to Alexander Schlager, who's barely had anything to do really all game. I say all game, it's only been 18 minutes, but besides the point. He's hit it long. Fosu-Mensah heads back. So only found Holland, James Holland even. I'm sure I've said Tom Holland by accident before. Brandon Williams. Good burst of energy, but couldn't quite get past Philip Weisinger and plays it back to Fred, who clips it wide to Fosu-Mensah, who's got some space down the right-hand side. Mata on the outside, but cuts in, looks for a pass to Igalo with his left foot, but it was really, really poor. I think maybe he was expecting Mata to run in, but probably didn't get a call. So really, really easy options for him. He had an option for Mata, who was down the right. He had an option for Igalo, and it looked like he was trying to do a reverse pass to Mata, and it just didn't come off well. I think this is the part of his game where he needs to improve. He's defensively very solid, but in attack, that's the point where he needs to work on. I think it's the same that can be said for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but obviously at a far different level. McTominay wins from the goal kick, and it's back with Mata. Now McTominay again, bit burst of energy, but couldn't get past Reinhold Ramphel, but Igalo's won that there. Won back by LASK, and it's now looking for a long pass from Freezer to Balic, but Bai and Fosu-Mensah have done well again. It's McTominay sweeping it wide to Mata. He looked like he was fouled by René Renner. Comes in from the back. The yellow card? Nothing given yet. Just the referee, the Greek referee, Sideropoulos, has just said to everyone, just calm down. Probably will be next foul. Probably will be a booking. Lingard's done well there and found Igalo. No foul given against Lingard, who looked like he was brought down. It's Ragus looking to get past Fred and has been fouled by Lingard. I think nothing given. He was frustrated about not being fouled, not being given the foul before, and it was actually Ramphel who was fouled there. Just treads on his toe. I do disagree. I do think well, that was actually a foul. He was blocked. It's very clearly impeded by James Holland, the Australian. Quick taken free kick all the way. It was a decent cross, actually. If anyone attacked it, it might have been a problem. But it's trickled out for a throw on the right-hand side for United. Fosu-Mensah looking for a ball. Can't quite find one because it's supposed to be put on the cones to avoid the use of unnecessary contact from ball boys. Hiding behind a brick wall, really. And will be that throw for United. Cleared by Fred. All the way to Igalo's, looking to battle well with Gordon Trauner. But Trauner's come out better, and McTominay looks to feed the ball forward. It misses everyone, and LASK have it back with Andrade. Got past Mata really well. Renner now to Balic. Still got it in. Bai's done very well to hit that along against the Austrian Balic, and it will be a goal kick to United. He's done very well there, Eric Bai. Will be a drinks break in probably a minute or two whenever the next break in play is. So in that point, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss, comment below on the live chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Williams at the moment looking to get to burst through. Fred juggles the ball, tries to get to I think Michel, and he's fouled him with a high boot. He's gone down himself, Fred. Not the nicest challenge, but I think he was honestly trying to win the ball, and I think he pulls out at the last second, which prevents him from being booked, actually. So it's actually Holland that gets brought down. Not the drinks break yet. It will still be LASK possession. A long floated pass in towards Weiser. It looks for Balic, but it only goes all the way out to Renner. Crossing, blocked by Mata on the edge of the box. Renner looking to get past him, puts in a left-footed cross this time. It's headed out by Williams. Maguire challenges. He looked like he was fouled, but Williams has done well there to recover, and he's cleared with his left foot towards Dan James. He's brought that down nicely, but it's under pressure by LASK, who've got the ball back, and now it's Andrade. Nice pass into Ragus. McTominay's done well there. Fosu-Mensah's lost out. It's Renner. Got past Fosu-Mensah, and it's going to be a foul. It's going to be a dangerous free kick for LASK. No free kick. Sorry, no yellow card even. But dangerous free kick for LASK. Fosu-Mensah sort of deflects it into Renner's path, and I think he just leaves a boot on him. It's a nice cutback from, Dominic Fraser, but looks like it will be either Michal or Balic to take this free kick. Michal, even. Why is Maguire holding Fosu-Mensah's hand? Anyway, does not need to be dragging. He's dragging him into the wall, telling him to actually stay in the wall. Will be. Looks like it's going to be Michal who whips it, hits McTominay in the face, I think, and it will be cleared for a throw. I think the referee is going to keep this attacking play going. Down United's right-hand side. It's going to be a long throw in from James Holland. Over 315 senior caps. It's headed out by Trauner towards the back post, but Romero holds it quite easily. And he looks to try and start a counter. It's cut out by LASK though. And this could be dangerous if Maguire wasn't aware of that. And he's actually skipped past a couple players again. He's done very well with his dribbling. And Fred looks to find Dan James, and he has. This is a chance for United as Dan James goes down the left. He comes into the box, looks for the cutback, cuts back himself, looks to try and get past Philip Weisinger, but the Austrian's done very well there. But it's one back, and James has it now on the edge of the box. He looks to feed in Igalo, and it's actually put back by René Renner, and I'm assuming they think that wasn't actually a back pass because the goalkeeper Schlager holds on to it and will keep that. It was a good chance. Dan James was onside. Andrade's playing him on. Just probably not really many options. He probably dragged it too far wide, and then he tried to cut it back. The touch was poor. You would probably say maybe drive it into the box, see what Igalo can do with it. But poor decision from him, really, or lack of chances as well, though. So 50-50 there. Fred sprays the ball to Fosu-Mensah with his right foot really, really nicely, actually. And he gets past one Fosu-Mensah, gets past Balic there, but has to bring it back with McTominay. And now Fosu-Mensah's almost central. McTominay sweeps it wide, though, to Brandon Williams. Lovely pass from him. Loose touch, but he recovers well, Williams, and finds Fred. Lingard now looks to get past Ramsdale, but instead now finds Williams, and James on the edge of the box looks to cut past his defensive option in, I think, Ramsdale as well, and it will be, I think the referee's blown for something here. I'm not quite sure what. I don't think he knows either. He's just looking around. It's a combination of Ramsdale and Holland who've actually done really well there. I think there's a player down for LASK. It's the number 6 Philip Weisinger who's going to be getting some treatment. Goyanesi has said link. There is no, if you're saying a link to the game, there is no link for the game. This is the only thing we're licensed to have. Have to check online if you want to watch the game, but we will be providing radio commentary throughout the match anyway. So that's as much as I can offer there. I think it's still goalless in the game for Inter Milan. Of course, that's the other Champions Europa League game happening at the moment. They will, of course, be wanting to get into the final. They are the second favourites. Only United are higher on the favourites for winning the competition altogether. It is still goalless against Getafe at the San Siro Stadium. Of course, they do know that this is crucial, and Martinez has been doing really well then, but a looped header out of nothing from LASK striker, I think Marco Ragus, has almost got United pegged back, actually. It's a header won by Balic, and then it's Renner on the follow-up, and it's hit into towards Ragus, and it's a really, really good cross and a great header, but it's just over the far post. Tatenda saying, why is taking it so long for Man United to get the goal? It's because obviously this team hasn't been playing as often, and it's a bit rusty. Obviously not played a lot. The first team hasn't been rotated, but they're linking up well now. Lingard finding Fred with a nice reverse pass, and there's Igalo free if he can find him. Fred looks for James instead, and instead finds McTominay, who looks to shoot. He's fouled, I think. No foul given on the edge of the box. That could have been a penalty. I think there is going to be VAR there, but Maguire's looking to drive United forward anyway. Things just got lively now. It's Williams now on the edge of the box on the left-hand side. Looks to put in a cross. It's deflected away for a corner. I think LASK are looking for an offside flag on McTominay. Let's see here. Igalo was offside. Fred couldn't find him. McTominay is onside. It was a good chance. The touch just went behind him. And I think Gernot Trauner got a crucial foot into that. And that was important for Leicester to stay in the game. But it is going to be a corner. And it's going to be outswinging by Juan Mata on the left-hand side for United. Numbers in the box. It's going deep towards Maguire. It's headed over and just wide. It's another good chance for Harry Maguire. He is starting to rack up those chances. His last goal from his last headed goal for United, his only headed goal for United, came against Chelsea in February. He hasn't scored a header there. Of course, he has scored twice as well, scoring scoring against Tranmere and of course against Norwich as the quarter-final winning goal. And now Bailly's won that. I'll get to that question from Christian about Igalo, as it is a throw to United at the moment. He goes back, so I'll ask that. Should United sign Igalo fully after his impressive starts when he has actually started? Yes, I think they should. I think it's really clear he's happy to play second fiddle. He's happy to play for the club as well. If they can get a good deal for him, anything below 20 million, I'd say is a really good deal for a 31-year-old striker who's going to be playing as a sub. And I think that is absolutely reliant on whether Shanghai can find a replacement for him, as the loan does expire in January, and I don't think it will be extended. It will just be whether it can be a... oh my goodness. Just a brilliant shot from Ragus is saved excellently by Romero. Sorry, as I was saying, out of nothing really, and it just depends on whether Shanghai can find a replacement. But back to the game, as pretty much out of nothing, Ragus has a shot from around 25 yards out. Really good play from LASK, and he just gets past by, and it's straight at Romero really, but he flaps at it, and it goes up in the air, but he does do well second time round. As Williams now with the ball, feeds Bailly. And the deadlock has been broken in the Inter game, and it's Romelu Lukaku who has scored another goal for Inter. Who else really on a big night for Inter Milan? It's Lingard flicking it to Igalo now. That's a really nice bit of play. It's Igalo down the right-hand side. He cuts it back. He's got a chance on his left foot. He slips at the last minute, and Schlager can collect. Really lovely bit of play there. McTominay finds Lingard. Lingard sees Igalo, who's onside. I think maybe a toe off, you have to say. But does really good in the hold-up play. And I think he just gets put off at the end by René Renner. And it's going to be... well, it was with last possession. But Maguire has it now. After, I assume, what can only be a long throw. Or, sorry, long kick, even, by the goalkeeper. It's going to be Bailly who clips it to Fosu Mensah, who gets away from Renner and is brought down rather cynically by the winger. But United take it short as no yellow card was issued. It's going to be Williams looking for Mata, but Matters asking why on earth was that ball to me, as he was never going to get it under his control. And LASK have it back now with the goalkeeper Schlager after a nice bit of interplay. He hits it long. It's chested down by Barlic, but McTominay does well there, but was pressed in the end by Michel, who has it again after a couple ricochets and head tennis. But Maguire tries to get it to Mata, and he's done well then. Juan Mata, he's got past a couple, but was in the end swamped out by Andrade and Trauner. And it is LASK now with a ball through. Romero's off his line quite quickly and holds the ball in the end. Dylan says, who has been our best player so far? Harry Maguire. Really been smart on and off the ball. His interceptions have been good. He's not been bullied in the air. And he's actually skipped past a couple of players with a burst of pace, something you can it's almost a rarity, really. And as Williams tries to do the same and ultimately fails, but wins a throw. So 34 minutes played in this game, and will be important to see whether whether United can get something. Oh, now that's nasty. Lingard's been challenged by Michel, and it's going to be a yellow card for the 28-year-old. Looked nasty. Looked like two-footed challenge, actually. Let's have a look at this. He pulls out at the end, just a yellow card, not going to be a red. His feet are... Oh, does he pull out, though? It looked like he'd gone in with his knees. It looks nasty. His studs weren't showing. I would just say it is a yellow. It's one of those ones, as Arsene Wenger has said, it's an orange card, really, there. But a pass from Williams to James was really poor, and not even Dan James could keep up with that. Good to see that Lingard's not been affected by that. He's still walking fine, because it was a bit of a nasty tackle by Michel. But as half-time is approaching, as I've said, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss during the half or right now, just comment below anytime while this stream is active, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. It is going to be Maguire playing it to Bailly now. United looking to open the deadlock and really just seal this game once and for all. Not that there was much doubt that United couldn't see through a 5-0 away lead, regardless of the circumstances. But certainly under these, especially with the bench they have, if needs be, not that it's looking like it right now, as United are effortlessly playing it around the back four. And now Romero looks to find Igalo. It's not found him, but Lingard's got the rebound and looks to flick it to Juan Mata's. Probably not the person you would have want under that. And Trauner clears, but only as far as Lingard, but the touch was poor from the English international. And he fouls Ramsdale in trying to win the ball back. In all fairness, it's never really been a matter that LASK have sat in. They've actually really gone for the game, and I think they've done themselves justice really after that 5-0 performance. But really, I think it's just about United not being good enough on the ball. I think if if there was just that last bit of quality, maybe in midfield, maybe out wide, really, where it was Juan Mata and Dan James who have not really had that final bit of quality, and Fosu Mensah's refused to cross, really, almost. But we'll see if the quality can be found. Lingard now finding Dan James on the right-hand side. He's got a chance. He tries to cut it back. It's defended well. Might have been better off going for a shot, but his confidence is shot there, and he looks for Lingard after a really nice bit of play from Igalo, flicking it to Lingard. Lingard, in acres of space, finds Dan James really well. He's actually done really well, Jesse Lingard, overall. And Dan James looks for Lingard. He gets his head up, looks to find him. It's a big boot from Philip Weisinger, and it will be a corner to United. Juan Mata taking it from the left this time towards Bailly. It's headed all the way, I think, for a throw to United. Let's have a look at that again. So Juan Mata took it, looks for Bailly. It's headed out by Ragus, and it will be a throw to United, and Fred's going to leave that for Williams. United know they don't have to get a goal, but I think it's important for these players to actually play these games professionally and look for the goal. And Nagala looks to flick it into the box, but there was no one else really in the place he was going for, which is the centre of the box. Williams looks to put in a long cross towards Mata, but only Weisinger was going to win that one. McTominay and Fred getting each other's way, but he's found Lingard, but the touch was poor. I think it's going to be Barlic now, who's fouled by McTominay, who will get a yellow card. It was rather silly. Didn't have to do that, McTominay. Barlic really could have just been pressed into a corner. McTominay just looking to, I don't know, just place a stamp. Maybe it's frustration that he's passing, and maybe that chance about 10 minutes ago that he missed. But he has been booked now. Will be a free kick to LASK, who hit it long with Schlager, but it's headed out by Fosu-Mensah, only as far as Andrade. It's flicked on twice, but Fosu-Mensah can clear, but only as far as René Renner. It's Michol. Back to Andrade. It's deflected into the path of Freezer, and now it's Ramsdale on the right-hand side. Looks to put in a first-time cross towards Ragus. It's caught by Romero almost effortlessly. And he was looking for a counter-attack, but he says wait now because there weren't really any good moments for him. Might be worth if the scoreline stays the same, maybe bringing on either Pogba or Fernandes to add just that little bit more creativity, as United can't really stick with the ball at the moment. But Williams now looks to bring it forward after Romero collects, and it's Fred to Ighalo, who's done well himself, really. I mean, just that one slip. It's Lingard down the left-hand side, looks to get past Trauner, but it's with Weisinger now and Ramsdale back to Trauner. Weisinger happy to play keep ball, but Trauner almost lost out to Williams, but it's lost out to Maguire now, and Fred looked to flick it on, but instead wins a throw. But it's going to be interesting to see how United react at the half if it does remain goalless. 5 minutes to go till that plus extra time, but I doubt there's going to be too many minutes on, maybe 1 or 2, because there hasn't actually been a drinks break in this game. But we'll have to see what happens. I don't think Solskjaer will make any changes straight away because I don't think it's been that bad, but it's certainly not been United at their best. And Juan Mata's apparently conceded a throw. He's in disbelief about that. Now, Dan James has gone onto the right-hand side. It's Lingard on the left at the moment, and Juan Mata centrally. I think that's quite an interesting and actually really important change, because I think Mata needs to get on the ball a bit more and is almost wasted on the right-hand side without another proper number 10 like Bruno or Pogba. But Fosu-Mensah's done well there, and he's played in Eric Bailly, and United can have a bit of possession with Maguire now. Just happy to keep the ball really and have a few touches, because really LASK have been doing very well and not willing to turn down a fight at the Theatre of Dreams. So we'll see how things turn up for the remainder of the game. It's Fosu-Mensah now, though, looking for Mata, who was fouled by Holland, and you have to say that's probably rather cynical, and it's one of many for Holland, so you might say that could have been a yellow card, but it was in the depth of midfield. And but now Williams loses out, and it could be Fraser looking to bring the game forward. Williams gets back and gets a foot in, but I think at last now have the ball back with Weisinger, who shifts it wide to René Renner, and he's done well to keep hold of the ball. And it's Ragus looking for Barlic, but United have won the ball with Fred now, and Mata looking for Fosu-Mensah and found him really, really well. That's a really good chance for United on the break. Fosu-Mensah looking to drive past Trauner. It's a ball in. It's caught by the goalkeeper. It's not good enough, not high enough. Probably should have done it a bit earlier. Mata with a lovely pass there. I think it's important he stays on centrally. But Fosu-Mensah probably looked to drive past Trauner. Trauner does really well to put Fosu-Mensah off. And the ball really wasn't good enough to connect with either Mata or Lingard, who had made runs into the box. It's Fred now, who's fouled by Barlic. Will be a free kick to United. Quite deep, but it's McTominay looking to bring them forward and finding Brandon Williams down the left. He's not really made those lung-bursting runs yet. He's looked for Lingard. It's in between him and Ighalo, and LASK can return with the possession with Ramsdale, but he's given it away. And now McTominay looks to flick it towards Ighalo. Ighalo into Mata, but it's cleared by Renner. Will be a throw. Renner's done well. It's left, actually. It's dummied by Ighalo really nicely. I think he must have got a word from Mata to leave it, and Mata just couldn't quite get on the ball. Will be a throw to United. Williams playing it back to Fred, who's looked okay in this game, but has still sort of shown moments of sloppiness. Obviously, he's had a much better season than last season. Couldn't get much worse, really, but still room for improvement. Mata playing it into Fred. Reverse pass, looking for Mata. He's found Mata down the right-hand side. He's got a chance. He had almost an open goal and looked to feed in Ighalo, but the flag was up anyway. So it wouldn't have counted regardless. It was actually Dan James who was offside, who flicked it to Mata. So that wouldn't have counted either way. But it's still a frustrating moment because United could have opened the scoring, but they're looking for the sweaty towards Ighalo. And instead, Mata probably could have gone for goal. Would have backed him to have scored there. Player of his quality. But after the goal kick, or rather the long kick, it's back with United. Mata looking to bring in Ighalo. The goalkeeper comes out of his box and clears, but only as far as Holland, and Holland can bring it forward, but Bailly steps in. Mata looking to feed either Ighalo or Dan James. I think both were offside, and it's cleared by LASK anyway. It's Michel now back to his goalkeeper. 1 minute of added time at the end of the first half. Lingard loses out. Fosu-Mensah. Won back by Ragus, but I think it was actually going to be a foul. It was a free kick to United. I think whatever happens now will be the last play of the game. Maybe United will play in a long pass, but I don't think they're really there yet. No need to do so. No, they're just going to play it around. It's going to be Williams to McTominay. Back to Williams, and now Maguire. 15 seconds left. You'd probably say United will just see it out and regroup in the second half, really. So we'll have to see how that unfolds, because honestly, this half hasn't been the best. It's been pretty much all LASK attacks have been dangerous, and United have been stale as the whistle blows for the first half, and it will be United going in goalless. And it will be LASK who have come up as the better team so far. You would hope this changes, and obviously United do have the squad to bring on other players and make a difference. They obviously have the 5 subs available and the 3 slots to do it, but they can also do it in half time. But I don't think there's any need for that yet. We'll have to see what the second half brings. If you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss in the halftime break, comment below and I'll get to them just before the second half starts. But 15 minutes till the second half. Hello and welcome back to the second half. Of course, for those of you just joining us now, United remain goalless with LASK after a really quite boring first half of football in the Europa League. Obviously, United have already got the job done realistically now with that 5-0 win in Austria, but it certainly hasn't been interesting to watch from a United side. There have been a couple of half chances. Lingard's looked bright. Matta's looked better when he's in central positions. McTominay and Fred have been okay, sloppy, but won the ball afterwards. So I would say they've done, United have looked competent at times, but really that final third play has been really poor, and that's something you have to say we have been seeing without Bruno Fernandes in the side. So I think it's important that those players can prove Solskjaer that they have a chance of coming into the starting team, and we'll have to see what the second half brings. I don't see there being any changes at half time. I would be a bit surprised if there were, but I can see changes being made after about an hour or so if it remains goalless. However, I still don't expect that to either, because I think United will start sharply and maybe get an early goal. Question, or rather a statement from Dennis. This game will decide the fate of some players. Some players need to be loaned out, like James, Lingard, and I'm guessing that's Fosu-Mensah. Just my opinion on that. I do think it will determine whether players do get loaned out. Me personally, I don't think Daniel James is one of them. I do think he's got a chance to play as a squad player, and I just think his development needs just a little bit more to it. Obviously, it's his first season in top flight football, and I think it is just really important that he can just try and improve. So I think he's just got to show his worth. I mean, everyone forgets he's got 10 goal contributions this season, and they haven't exactly been tap-ins or anything easy. They have been difficult chances to convert, so I'd have to say he's done well. Lingard I can see leaving, but honestly, after the comments and the recent backing from the manager, I can see him staying now, maybe being an important squad player. Fosu-Mensah looks like it could be the one out of those three to be loaned out. Depends on what happens with Diogo Dalot and Ethan Laird, really. But United will get underway soon as they have the ball to kick off, and they have got away now. It's going to be Fred playing it to Fosu-Mensah. McTominay looking to drive past a few players and finds Mata quite nicely. And it's all the way back with Fred, who plays a nice pass to Brandon Williams. Playing to Maguire now. Bailly looked really solid, actually. I have to say, Bailly and Maguire have been good partnership. They did obviously keep that clean sheet against LASK in the reverse leg. And they were two players that did actually start the FA Cup semi-final, along with Brandon Williams and Fred. But of course, Fred was hauled off for Paul Pogba, and Bailly had to come off for an injury for Martial. But Scott McTominay's given that away, and it will be LASK to counter, and it's Barlic. Got past Fosu-Mensah effortlessly, but Bailly stopped him in his tracks and played it back to Sergio Romero, who, for those of you if I haven't mentioned already, is playing his 60th game for Manchester United. I think he's kept 39 clean sheets in that time. He will be looking for his 40th. But Fred's found a nice pass to Lingard, who looks to find Daniel James on the right-hand side. He's got options in the box. He might look to wait. He puts in a ball, but it's caught again by Schlager. Not really good enough there, but a nice break. Good bit of play from Lingard. Nice turn. Good pass. Maybe just a bit overhit. But it's nice, and the cross was probably poor, but there weren't really any attackers. It was just Garlo at the back post, who you'd say should be a bit more central. But it's Fosu-Mensah back with Romero after I'm guessing a long goal kick. It's now Brandon Williams who looks to bring it down, loses control. It will be a throw in to LASK, and it will be Weisinger to take it. Of course, United do have a lot of firepower on their bench should they need it. Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Pogba, Fernandes. Of course, they've got solid players like Matic and Wan-Bissaka to come on. Youngsters like Garner, Mengi and Chong. Andreas Pereira available as well. And it's going to be interesting to see what Solskjaer does if he does make changes. But I don't think he'll be doing them soon. But Fred's pass was cut out, but Fosu-Mensah read it well, and it's back with Fred now. Lingard on the left-hand side cuts in. Might have a bit of space to line up a shot. He's got away from 4 players, but deflected all the way back to Ragus. And now it could be LASK's turn to challenge, but hopeful cross by Fraser is cut out by Maguire. Hits him square in the chest and goes out for a throw. We'll see how things turn up after this point. Maguire, of course, captain today. I forgot to mention that, but rarely gets a mention nowadays. The fact that Maguire did come in at the start of the season and was immediately made captain following Ashley Young's departure. I think that's a massive sign of how much of an impact he's had in the team. But it will now be actually Ramsdale to take the throw, and he plays it long towards Barlic, but it's intercepted by Maguire, cut out by Williams now, and Fred can stamp it back to Maguire, and the English international clears, but only as far as Andrade, who could look to bring in his teammates, but instead finds only Scott McTominay. It's now Fosu-Mensah back with McTominay. Looks for options, looks to tee up Igalo, who's playing target man. Dan James gets away from a challenge, finds Mata, sweeps it wide for Jesse Lingard down the left-hand side. Williams on the overlap. Found him now. Cuts it back to Fred. And Mata to Lingard. Back to Mata on the edge of the box. It's Igalo now. He's got a chance. He's got space, but it's saved. That was the biggest chance United have had. Straight at Schlager. But really good play. United have been coming to life in the second half, and it's Mata to Lingard. Back to Mata. Good play to Igalo, who's onside. Good bit of strength, good bit of play, but the finish wasn't good enough. Now Williams looking for Mata, but again the pass wasn't really good enough, and it's back with Schlager, who will hit it long. Looking for Ragush, but Maguire's the only one winning that battle. McTominay, good feet, gets to Maguire, who will spray it to Lingard. Got a chance to show how good he is. He looks to get past Weisinger. It will be a throw to LASK, actually, after I think it hit Lingard's thigh on the way down. Just looking at that chance from Igalo, see him score a similar one against Derby, but just couldn't. I think apparently he slipped. He looked like he slipped actually when he shot, but will be a throw to United after a little bit of head tennis again. Will be Williams to take that on the left-hand side. Williams, of course, is the only left-back in Manchester United's Champions League squad. Obviously, Luke Shaw is injured, and they have no other options. They could obviously play Fosu-Mensah there, or Diogo Dalot, who have both played as a left-back in their time at United. Fosu-Mensah, obviously, more recently against Crystal Palace. Now, a chance for Barlic down the right, but he, in fact, slipped when trying to make the cross inside the box, and it actually will be a goal kick for United. Onside, gets passed by, but I didn't track that. But really, really, really poor from him, because he has all the time in the world to put in a decent cross, as he has been actually doing pretty much all the game. Him and Fraser have been really good. But that was a poor moment for him. So now back with United and Romero, playing it to Williams, back to Romero. Maguire. United's short goal kicks have been pressed quite easily by teams at times. That one was one where the press was good, but United's passing was better. And now McTominay finds Lingard. Now there's a chance for Mata to sweep it wide to Brandon Williams, who's made a good run there. He's in the box now on the left hand side. He looks for the cutback to James, and Igalo miss it. Oh, that looked it. That really looked it. It was a good chance for In fact, it was Lingard as well who had the bigger chance, you have to say. Really nice play from Lingard and Mata originally, and Williams with a good run into the box. He's looking for players. He slides it in. James is, I think, maybe offside, but he misses it, and he probably should have scored as well. And that probably puts Lingard off, who's sliding in, and he misses too. That was the chance. That was a big chance. And now it's a long ball towards Ragus. He collects it, but McTominay's done well there, but can only find Michal. Freezer now centrally finding Renner, all the way back with Andrade. And now the goalkeeper outside of his box hits it long. Can only find Fosu-Mensah. The touch was poor, but his burst of energy was better. And he's clipping it, looking for Igalo. He looked to flick it over. Igalo was offside. And that will be a free kick to LASK. James obviously was, I think, onside after that. He looked to try and play it into Mata, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. I think Igalo was actually offside. That is correct. Oh, I'm looking at that cross again from Williams. It's a great cross with his weak foot. And just almost there, but not quite good enough there. And United can have it away. I think that hit Fosu-Mensah's hand as Freezer looks to get on the ball. He's played it to Michal. And now it's Ramsdale. Looks a good ball into Ragus. And Fosu-Mensah does well there to stop it from getting past Ragus and into Barlic. But really, really terrific cross from Ramft. But it's past Ragus, and it's almost by Barlic, but good toe in from Fosu-Mensah, and it will be a corner to LASK, and it's an in-swinging one, whipped in, headed out by Fosu-Mensah, the first man, but only as far. Oh, that's a brilliant goal! Fantastic goal from LASK. First time finish from the centre-back Weisinger, and it's a goal for LASK, and they lead the game. Now, this could be a problem, because United have been sloppy, and LASK do have the option to make a back five, so this could be a problem at Old Trafford. Fantastic goal. First time finish, side-footing it from 25 yards out. Romero, no chance. That was brilliant. And honestly, it was gonna need a moment of quality to get the deadlock broken. But it's just a shame it wasn't United's, and it's going to be LASK 1 up against United, and now they have the ball again, and it's cut back to Ramft, but it's back again with Weisinger, who's looking to line up another shot, and it's not too far away. And I think Solskjaer will try and make some changes, because this has not been working. Just that final bit of quality has just been missing. Just that last part, and there needs to be some changes. And honestly, I could see Fred or McTominay coming out. And now Baye's giving that away, and now LASK can have it again. It's Michal back to Holland, who's looking to find Ramft, but he loses control, and Fosu-Mensah will get a throw. I do think Solskjaer will make some changes in about 5 minutes' time. He has to make changes because this isn't good enough at the moment. I can see maybe Pogba coming on, shoring up that midfield. I could even see Fernandes swapping out for Mata. I think Lingard, it would be unfair to take Lingard off because he's tried hard and he's actually created a fair few chances, but it's been just that little bit and a moment of brilliance really to get LASK ahead. And it's now Freezer who's got past a few players looking to feed Barlic, but it's allowed to be trickled out by Fosu-Mensah. No one closed him down, did they? They just sort of expected him to play it back in, and it's a brilliant goal. And a brilliant moment for Dominic Thalhammer and LASK. They score at Old Trafford. But now it's Lingard on the counter. He's got a chance and he slides it in. And Jesse Lingard gets another goal. 2-2. And out of nothing, really, they haven't even showed the replay of that. They haven't even showed anything. But Jesse Lingard has equalised. Hopefully, we'll see how that has actually changed. But it's his first European goal since that one against the Astana. It's a lovely bit of play from Juan Mata and Lingard. It looks to be onside, and he's completely through. He has James for company, but opts to go near post instead, and it's a lovely finish from him, and a really, really good confidence booster. Obviously, he was talking about how his form has affected his mental health in the press conference and really throughout the season, and that'll be another big boost for him. And LASK's lead lasted only 2 minutes as Lingard nets in the 57th minute, and it is going to be a free kick against United there as Williams looked to win the ball, but to no avail. It's United 4-4-2-B. I don't want Bruno or Pogba on that pitch. I would probably disagree. Maybe now that we've equalised, maybe go for Matic instead to just sort of be a bit more composed on the ball. But I would like to see maybe Pogba come on. But do disagree with that, I have to say. But I mean, obviously there's a strong argument for that because obviously no need to put them on if the game's sorted anyway. Jason has said, not sure I want Lingard gone. He's useful as a squad player. I would agree. If that's where his mindset is to stay at United, then that's fine by me. But if he wants more game time, he would be best going somewhere else to be a regular starter. Obviously, AC Milan have been the one that's linked with him. But it is after a good cross again from Ramford. It's cleared by United, but only as far as Michal. And now it's Andrade with a lovely pass into Fraser, but he couldn't get it under control. And Romero can clear and hit it long, looking for Mata. It's chested down and controlled really well by Trauner. And that's a good bit of play, but Fred can bring the ball back under United's control and find a lovely pass to Daniel James, who can burst past Andrade if he wants to, and he does. There's no options for him in the box, and it's now Trauner who can clear. That's a good bit of interplay between Fred and Dan James, but United players not busting a gut to get past the centre-backs of LASK, and they can clear for a throw on United's right. It's Fred, McTominay to Mata. Of course, got that. It's a fantastic ball to Lingard, you have to say, but the amount of space he was in is almost criminal. It's Romero, Maguire. Obviously, both would be disappointed to not rack up that clean sheet. Obviously, it would have been Romero's 40th for United, but to no avail now. And it's James and Mata. Mata sweeping it wide, missing Lingard, finding Williams. Now Lingard and Williams link up, and it's Williams looking for a ball in with his weak foot, and it was rather poor there. But let's have another look at the goal. So it's a poor pass, really, from LASK, and Mata just effortlessly dinks it over Weisinger, the other goal scorer, and Lingard, through on goal, does really well to deal with that. Does actually hit the goalkeeper's foot, but I have to say I'd rather praise the finish of Lingard because it was smart to go near post than to criticise the goalkeeper. But it's Dan James now on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. He plays it back to Fred. No real options for him. It's Williams to Lingard. Looks to get past Fraser and finds Mata, and now it's Lingard again on the edge of the box. It's Mata. He looks to place it, but it's Andrade there, and Fosu Mensah has a chance and he shoots, but it's blazed high and wide on his left foot. And that's going to be a goal kick, but he had a chance to probably hit it first time. Really lovely interplay between Mata and Lingard again. Mata looks to sweep it. We've seen him sweep it into the far corner a few times now, but then Fosu Mensah had a chance. And I think it looked like he got a touch, actually, by Trauner, but I don't think that's going to be given. It is actually going to be Paul Pogba to be coming on. So that it will be happening swiftly. But for the moment, United have the ball with McTominay. He has Fred in. There's a nice flick, but heavy touch as Weisinger gets a bit of Fred and stops him from going all the way through, and Schlager will have the ball. It will be Andreas Pereira with his new haircut, dyed blonde. And looks like that will be the two. They will be the two changes. I can see Mata and Fred coming off, but for the moment, United have the ball, and they could still get another goal. They could get the goal to bring them the lead if in the meantime, as Bailly finds Williams, flicked over to Lingard, poor control originally, and it's deflected away for a throw to LASK. I think United will be making those subs now. It is actually going to be Lingard to come off for Paul Pogba, so maybe that's a sign that he'll be playing as a more central attacking midfielder. And the goal scorer comes off after really impressing, but maybe lacking match fitness. Obviously, hasn't really played that often. Came on with an hour gone against Leicester, but not played much before then. Actually, it looks like it's not going to be Mata coming off. It is actually going to be Fred coming off, and so it'll probably be Pogba playing as that advanced midfielder, and Pereira playing either as a winger or a number 10. We'll have to see how that turns out, but I would probably say he should play wider because Mata's better centrally. And it does actually look like Pereira's going to be playing on the left-hand side, and James will stay on the right where he can inject a bit more pace and put in some interesting crosses if he can find players. But he's actually just given the ball away to Barlic, but won it back quite quickly after that. And McTominay and Pogba are the midfield too, and he gets past a couple now, and he's looking to feed Fosu-Mensah down the right-hand side. Succeeds, and Fosu-Mensah's found James, and that's a chance on the right-hand side. He puts in a decent cross. It's found Pereira on the edge of the box on the left-hand side. United 4-4-2 saying, do we get 5 subs? Yes, we do. So we've still got plenty of time to make other changes. Maybe see James Garner or Taith Chong, maybe even Rashford, Martial or Greenwood if needs be, or even Bruno Fernandes, maybe Tayden Mengi. But we'll have to see. It's now Mata and Pereira linking up. Mata couldn't quite get past Weisinger, and he can clear, but only as far as Paul Pogba, who's played in Pereira down the left. Will cut it back to Pogba, I think. He will. And Pogba gets past Fraser, puts in a ball towards Igalo. It's overhit, and will be a goal kick to LASK. But it's looked bright since coming on, albeit only for a brief amount of time. And now LASK will make a change. Player who made his debut in the other leg against United, and it will be Barlic coming off for Reiter, who did obviously start in Austria. So maybe inject a little bit more pace down that right hand side, which has been the place where they have got the most amount of attacks from LASK actually. So we'll see how dynamic he can be. But it will be, for the moment, a goal kick to LASK. And they hit it long. And Pogba heads it back to Bailly, who has to make a recovering run and finds Fosu-Mensah. McTominay shielded the ball, was fouled on the ball by Michel. And honestly, that should be a yellow card because he's made about 5 or 6 fouls already. But nevertheless, ref allows United to play it short. And Pogba sweeps it to Maguire, who's flicked touch was very nice, and he finds Williams with a better ball, and that's an even better ball to Pereira. First time looking for Mata, deflected into his path. Couldn't quite get past Andrade, but is cleared by Ramft for a throw to United. As I was saying, if you have any questions or topics you would like for us to discuss, please comment below on this video on the live chat, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. But also we are looking at the rest of Europe, because it looks like United will get through to play against Copenhagen in the next round. So we have got our predictions for those games and the general transfer window at the moment on our podcast. And of course, we do publish daily articles on Twitter and Facebook. But it's Pogba now to McTominay, the two midfielders that started this campaign almost a year ago against Chelsea. But and McTominay's now been found on the edge of the box. He looks to get past Andrade, but he's done well there, the Paraguay international, and looks to find Reiter, but instead it's Fosu Mensah and Bailly, now Pogba and Maguire. Looking very solid really at the back. There's never been really any big chances from those two causing problems, but Williams has done well there, and Pogba finds Pereira. Not really had much to do other than play it back to Pogba for the most of the game. Now Pogba looking for Mata. It was a good idea, but poor execution, and it will be collected by Alexander Schlager. Of course, interestingly, the Pogba's camp have barely said anything about a move away. Obviously, everyone was expecting him to maybe move this summer, but it's looking more and more likely that he will stay. And someone who we've been hoping will stay and stay fit is Eric Bailly, but he's gone down now, holding his head, I think. Looks like he clashed heads again. The thing that cost him his semi-final position obviously did come off for Martial, but looks okay. He's not asking for treatment. I think he gets a knee to the face from Ragus, so yeah, that's not nice at all. But it's not intentional, of course, but definitely not a nice injury to have. He's back up now, though, Eric Bailly, which is a relief. Of course, then United would only have two fit first-team centre-backs. Obviously, Phil Jones is getting fitter, and we have Mengi on the bench, but that's not really enough for any kind of European campaign, regardless of how the setup is. And a first-time ball from Williams finds Ighalo, whose target man ability has come in use during his stay at the club, but McTominay's pass is given away, and it is Weisinger who looks to get LASK forward, but it's won back well by Eric Bailly. Fosu Mensah to Dan James, and now McTominay looks for a pass into Ighalo. There were players on his left. He's found one of them now. Sorry, on his right even, to Juan Mata. And McTominay looks on his left for Williams, and it's overhit. I say overhit. Williams lets it bounce up for and deflects out for a throw. But really, that was quite poor from him. Of course, United aren't the only team in the Europa League. They have still got to, although they still have to play Copenhagen, who are guaranteed their spot against United in the quarterfinals. United will either face Leverkusen, Rangers, Wolves, or Olympiacos in the semi-final. Of course, dependent on their round of 16 and quarter-final games, because Wolves are level with Olympiacos. But now Pereira looks for a ball in. It's caught by Schlager. You have to say the crosses in have been poor. Not really been good enough at all from any player, regardless of who they are, really. And only really that Williams cross was good enough. And even then, it was just out of the reach of James and Lingard. So you could criticise either the cross or the players. It's up to you. I'll probably say it's the players probably should have got that extra foot in, but it's now Ragus on the ball on the edge of the box, and Romero makes a good save to stop that, but looked like it could have slipped through him, actually, but Williams comes back with the ball, and Pogba has it now. Bailly looks for McTominay, finds him. It's Reiter with a good shot, actually, and McTominay looks to find James. It's totally overhit, and look to try and get onto that, but couldn't quite do so. It will be a goal kick to LASK, but we'll have a look at that. It was actually Reiter, not Ragus. And in the box, Romero actually looks to try and catch it. He slips through his fingers. That's actually a really bad mistake from him. It's just a good thing that they couldn't quite stop it. But now it's Brandon Williams has actually come off for Tahaith Chong, which is an interesting swap, because obviously that would make United play a back three. I assume that would be with Fosu Mensah coming onto the right side centre back, Bailly in centrally, and Maguire up on the left even. And I'm assuming that would be Chong on one side, Pereira, Pogba, Mata, and and to McTominay as the central midfielders, and Chong James wide, and Igalo up front, of course. But interesting change for United to use a back five, or really actually a back three. It is rather an attacking outset. I think United know they can really control the game, maybe with the midfielders available, and obviously have got the defensive capabilities to stop LASK from getting any further progress in this game. But that remains to be seen. There's been 28 minutes played of this half, and in the 73rd minute, LASK will make another sub. And it is actually Weisinger who's coming off, but I can't tell for who yet. Weisinger, of course, who did score the opener of this game. Fantastic finish, I have to say. Top corner. You could not score a better goal, but he's done very well there. And it is actually for the number 33 Sabitzer, who will come on, I'm assuming, as an attacking substitution. And is actually cousins with the Red Bull Leipzig player Sabitzer, who of course is through to the round of 16 of the Champions League even the quarterfinals of the Champions League after winning against Tottenham 4-0 on aggregate. And apparently LASK are going to get a free kick. Or not, actually, the referee's changed his mind. It's going to be a free kick to United, and Maguire's going to play it long to Fosu Mensah, who doesn't have any options ahead yet, so plays it back to Bai. And it will be going all the way back to Sergio Romero, who's clipping it to Taith Chong, who's playing almost as a left back, but he's given it away now, and it's Sabitzer on the ball down the right-hand side. It's hit into Holland, but United can get it away. Pereira skips past a few, finds Chong down the left-hand side. He has a chance. He finds Dan James, and now Mata looks for Pereira. It's poor pass, but McTominay can try and clatter through, and Mata's first time shot is high and wide. Now Pereira can bring that past, and he gets past Tronov quite easily, and Chong onside with a really nice chance. He finds James instead, who sets up Mata, and he looks to put in a cross. James didn't run enough in, and to be fair, the cross wasn't good either. Wasn't really close to him, and McTominay then smacks into Andrade, I think, or no, Michon even, and Mata's shot was poor, so it will be a goal kick to LASK now. But certainly not the best game of football. Certainly not the worst for United over the last 7 years, but definitely one you would have expected them to have won a bit more comfortably. Certainly not have conceded, but honestly, that was a brilliant goal. So credit where credit's due there. Now Chong looks to burst into the box, but Trauner gets there this time. He's done very well, the captain. And while Sabitzer looks to try and get away, he's actually just conceded a throw. Pogba will leave it for Williams, I think. Oh, no, he won't. He will leave it for Pereira even. Sorry, I thought that was Williams for a second because of the blonde hair. That's my apologies there. Of course, in about 15 minutes, I'll give my man of the match. But until then, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss, comment below. And for more of our content, have a look at our Twitter and Facebook page, and of course the rest of our YouTube channel. And it will be a throw to United there after some loose play from LASK, who looked to have tired really, which would explain the changes they've made. I think they've only made the 2, so they have 3 more available in the they have 3 more available, I think, in the last change available for them. Large change slot even. But for the moment, McTominay looks to bring in Fosu Mensah. It's cleared by Trauner, but only as far as a corner. Who's actually still recovering, I think, Trauner, from a broken nose. I think suffered in their friendly, which is their 1 win in the last 5 games. You would expect United to assert their dominance with the height they have. Bailly, Pogba now, McTominay, Igalo, Maguire, and it's going to be Mata to whip it in. It's looking for Pogba. It's cleared out, but only as far as Taith Chong on the left-hand side. To Maguire, who was looking for a flick, but nobody was running for him. So LASK can clear, but as far as Reiter, but or even Fraser, but just not on the same wavelength as Taith Chong, who's been given a good chance today and honestly not really shown it. I mean, there was a decent pass into Dan James, but not much else, as he can't quite hold on to that again from LASK's throw, but instead will now take one for United. Given Pereira, whose pass is awful. It's Maguire's dealt well with it though and plays it to Pogba, who gives it back to Bailly. And it's going to be Fosu Mensah to look to jink past someone, but can't find a forward ball and has to play it back. This is what it felt like under Louis van Gaal at times, just unable to get the ball forward, and when they do, the final quality wasn't always there, especially with swapped teams. But Chong is fouled by Savitzer, and I think they're going to make another change. And now Pogba looks for fine Dan James. He looks to try and get a foot on it, but pulled out at the end. Maybe not looking to hit Schlager with his boots, with his studs. But it's a lovely pass from Paul Pogba, and James is onside. It's a good run from him, but maybe if he'd been a bit braver, that could have been a goal. So it's Hot Top Supplier saying, is losing Angel Gomez bad news for Manchester United? Honestly, no, I don't think so. I think he wanted to play more first team football. He wasn't being given it. He wanted to move. I think it was more his agent saying he wanted to move, because obviously he does still love the club. He's said he's always going to be a United fan, but he has moved to Lille, but he's gone straight on loan to a second division Portuguese side. So he's not actually getting first team football in the top flight. So I'm honestly not really surprised at that either. So I'd say, obviously I'd love to see if he can prove me wrong, because obviously he has got a lot of potential. But honestly, yeah, at the moment I'm not too fussed. I think we've got, if we can get another central attacking midfielder in the summer, I wouldn't see him being, too much of a loss. But Andrade is going to be coming off for LASK, and it's going to be Filipovic, the number 5, to come on. For the last 10 or so minutes, depending on how long added time will be. I don't think it will be too long anyway, but we'll have to see, as Bailly looks to find Mata and has done well there to hold on to that, because it was fizzed into him. Fosu Mensah finds him again. Good link up with James. Mata's found James again. Good passing. Looks to find Igalo, but it's knocked out for a corner to United. Obviously, this is an interesting stat. This will be the first game where, if it stays like this, the first game that Igalo hasn't scored in when he started. And it looks like things aren't going to get better for him, because he's going to be coming off, I think, for Anthony Martial. But for the moment, Mata's corner is in towards Bailly. It's headed away by LASK, and it will be a throw to United, I think. But for the moment, subs available for United. I think it's going to be Tayden Mengi making another start, and it's going to be Martial coming on. But Trauner has stayed down and is clutching his shoulder. I think he may have got clattered into by Eric Bailly. Might have hurt his shoulder. Could be dislocation, but doesn't look too bad. Of course, Trauner has made the road to and from LASK. He moved. He started in the second team. He played for a couple seasons, moved to SK Reed, then came back to LASK and has made 81 appearances. But it's Chong to Pogba, back to Chong after originally losing out. Inter Milan have scored a second with Christian Eriksen, so they're through to the next round. Obviously, they hadn't played the first leg, so this was actually just a straight-up knockout stage. But LASK can try and counter with Ragus now finding Sabitzer, and it was looking for anyone. But Pogba's now fed Igalo, who has a chance. He's being shrugged off by Trauner, but he's found Pereira. Dummies across. Looks to drive through on the left-hand side. He cuts past 2. Decent skill. Looks for Igalo. It's actually found Mata, but he loses control. There's a chance for United here, but Mata's bundled over by Michal, and it's now LASK that can counter. It's really poor from Mata, actually. You'd say there were chances available, and now it's a 3-on-3 for LASK, and they have players available. It's Freezer against Bai, who looks to cut in. McTominay's done very well there. And now it's United's turn, and James has a chance to play in Igalo. And it's a reverse pass looking for James. It's deflected by, I think, Filipovic, who's just come on. But it's really poor from Juan Mata. Schlager now. I think that might have changed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's final changes, but maybe Mengi will come on regardless. Here's Maguire after winning the aerial duel and getting the ball back from Sergio Romero. This hasn't really been the best game. Actually, obviously hasn't been the best game. But still, there's 7 minutes plus extra time to change things. We'll see whether United can do it, or even whether LASK can. But Maguire's found Chong, who cuts past and finds a nice pass to Pereira. This is an option here, and he cuts in. He looks for a shot. He gets past a couple with roulettes. Finds McTominay, who shoots and screws it wide. I think he slipped while he did it. I think Pereira had the chance to shoot. Maybe his confidence is shot, and that's why he didn't do it. It's a similar position to Lingard, actually. Maybe Filipovic put him off with his sliding challenge, and then he feeds McTominay. But I think as he shoots, he slips. His left foot gives way. And it will be Tayden Mengi to come on, I think. I'm not sure for who. And also Martial. It's going to be Dan James coming off, who's looked all right, but at the same time, not quite on the money. But will also be Fosu Mensah to come off for the young Tayden Mengi. And this is a big moment for him, obviously. I think he did play in Astana, but still not yet to make a start for United. But, of course, Dishon Bernard was the person that started that game. But big moment for him. And, of course, Martial's coming on. I think he's going to be playing almost as an auxiliary striker. United will be playing with I think almost a 3-5-2 even. And Martial looks to get past a couple. He's good strength and good dribbling, and he looks to find Juan Mata down the right. It's overhit, and he probably forgets he's not playing with Mason Greenwood. And Solskjaer doesn't really look happy at all with this performance. I think he knows that the first team is strong, but the second team is not quite, well, not even close to the same quality. And of course, I think against Copenhagen, they will need to make a fair few changes to the side that started this game. But overall, not too many, because I would say some of those players have been okay, but maybe with other better players, they would have performed to a much higher degree. But Chong's done well defensively there, and I think he is actually playing more as a left back. And has won a throw against Sabitzer and plays Maguire in, and now it's McTominay to Romero. I think almost Mengi's playing almost as a right back actually, and Romero looks to find Mata, who's done well to control that. He's got no options. He's playing centrally. He's found Mengi for his first touch of the ball. Back to Mata. He's playing central. He looks to sweep it wide for Taith Chong. He can find him if Chong can collect the ball, and he does down the left-hand side. He leaves it back for Pereira even. Reverse pass into Mata. That's nice. And there was a Garlo there, but it's missed him. Pereira's pass is deflected away, and now it's LASK who can counter. Ragus to Reiter, and was looking for Sabitzer, but Bailly's recovered well, and Maguire now. Not long left, but it's still level. Martial leaves it for Mengi, and now Pogba back to Mengi. Crisp with his passing so far. That's all you can really say. That's all you've had to say. Maguire now with a long pass looking for Chong. Chong could get there. Bit of burst of pace, and he has. And he's looking to get past Reiter, and he's in the box now, Taith Chong. But the final pass wasn't good enough, and it will be a throw. Couldn't quite get past Trona. Really nice pass from Maguire. Picked him out like a quarterback. Seen Pogba do that a few times. Seen Maguire do it now. And Pogba does his own to find Mengi on the right-hand side. It's a good pass. It's an advanced pass. Mata now. It's come deeper. Martial to Mata. Back to Martial. And it's Martial through. And Martial scores just about. And that is a huge goal as United lead the tie. I say a huge goal. It's just a morale-boosting goal. But it's good to see United get the lead as they lead 2-1 now. And it will be Martial who scores. And he's happy with that goal. And 88 minutes played, and United finally have the lead. And let's see, he's almost playing as a sub-striker, and he's good link-up play with Mata, who gets another assist on the day. Been a bit rusty, but still managed to get 2 assists, and that's sort of summed up United. And Martial, dummies, goes through Schlager's legs, and then it just about trickles in, and that really sums up United. Not really the best, not really the worst, but somehow trickling over the line today. And Mengi does well, gets a foot in against Ramft, but I think LASK will be broken after that poor, after those 2 really poor goalkeeping moments. I mean, they got contact on both, poor defending too. But moments of brilliant for United as they have finally outclassed their opponents. But it's still a chance for LASK. They could get an equaliser. And it is Ramft now looking for Ragus. And Ramft has a shot, but it's screwed wide. Similar to McTominay's, really. And United will get that goal kick. But not too long till the man of the match. Comment below on yours as well if you're interested or disagree with mine as well. But it's United leading with 1 minute left of actual time plus some extra time. You would expect some. And Martial's come very deep there. He's almost playing as a central midfielder. And Pogba could have found a good pass to Chong, but Trauner has dealt with that well. He's been LASK's one of LASK's best players actually. He's done very well all game. Mengi done well there as well as against Reiter. Good bit of pace, good bit of strength as well. McTominay now tackled, but Mengi gets a foot in. Great defensive awareness from him, and Mata does a nice bit of skill and looks for Chong. Can find him. Good control from the Dutch international. Finds Pereira. Looks to get past one. He lost his footing, but Chong recovers well. He's done a lot better in the last 5 minutes or so. Now Mata with a chance to find Martial again. He's through again. And it's saved this time by Schlager. Igalo was looking for maybe a tap in. It might be offside. 3 added minutes. So man of the match now. And difficult one really for me. But even though he's been sloppy, he's done it when it's counted. And it's Juan Mata who's... honestly, I think you could also praise the defenders. I think Bailly and Maguire have done well. Romero's made a couple good saves, but ones you'd expect him to make. No chance for the goal, but I'm going to give it to Juan Mata, who's done, I think, really well. Despite, obviously being on his last legs, I don't think he's going to be featuring much next season. This could be a farewell game, really, for Mata, or unless he chooses to stay and just be, a kind of an influence on the squad. But Pereira looks for Martial and the pass was overhit. I think this is quite a sign that he's not on the level United needs, because nothing's really worked too well for him when he's come on. Of course, he did score against LASK in the reverse leg, but I wouldn't say that was any kind of sign for praise. It was a half hopeless shot, but I think he might be one to go. Maybe on loan, maybe for a full transfer. There's a talk of 25 million for him. But for the moment, LASK are looking for an equaliser, and it's Ragus, but it's loose, and Pereira can collect. Plays Martial through, looks to dance past a couple, but again, Trauner's there. And now it's Ramft looking to cross past Chong, but she's done well defensively. And the header from... Reiter is going out for a goal kick, and there's about minute 20 left. and United look to have got that job done. And although it's taken a bit of time and a couple of first-team players to come on, it's they've got over the line, and that's what really matters. And they've got the win. And another goal from Martial, who now surpasses Rashford's tally of 22 goals. They were both on 22, of course, and now Martial will make it 23 for the season. Of course, he's already beaten his highest goal tally in a season. Obviously, his 17 in his debut season. Reached that ages ago. Just reached that just in the Premier League. But big moment for him. He'll probably be looking for at least 25 this season. Both will, actually. But LASK are looking for just the second of this game. Second of the tie. But Maguire's cut that out. Been really, really composed and competent all day. You have to say you'd expect that, though. But Martial and Mata tried to link up. But Martial was just stretching for that ball. Now Freezer looking to get past Maguire. He's found Ramf down the left-hand side. It's a good ball in. It's actually a fantastic save from Romero, which was instant. It was a great shot from Ragus. Looks to try and flick it past him. And that is the final whistle. Manchester United have won. It's certainly not been an easy one. It's not been the best bit of football either, but they've done it in the end, and a couple of players got to show why they should be in the team, or should be looked at for the team. Certainly, Bailly. You could say McTominay's done well. Lingard did well for the hour he was on for. James had some good moments. Mata, of course, got both assists. Igalo had some chances, but not really many. Pereira didn't show anything. Chong was actually quite good as a left wing back almost. Mengi did well, I have to say, and of course Martial got the winner. But 3 games away from silverware for United. They have to play Copenhagen in the quarterfinals, and then either Wolves, Olympiacos, Rangers, or Bayer Leverkusen, depending on the results of the round of 16 matches that will be played tomorrow, and the quarterfinal matches that we played at the same time as United's game against Copenhagen. But that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Of course, we will be back with the Copenhagen game whenever that is. So that will be when we're next doing a watch-along. Of course, we'll still be doing short YouTube videos throughout. We're doing the post-match reaction for this and the pre-match select predicted lineup for the Copenhagen game whenever that is. And of course, we'll still be publishing articles regularly on Twitter and Facebook, so watch out for those and subscribe to our channel for all of our content.